The number one request I've gotten through the years has been, hey, Doc, you think you could make a house call? Well, it's something I've always wanted to do because that puts me right there in the home court where sparks fly. So I decided to hit the road and make some good old-fashioned house calls. Now, I hope you've caught a few. It's all for my new CBS primetime docuseries called House Calls with Dr. Phil. Take a look. For years, I've helped people confront their issues and challenges on my stage.
Clear for takeoff.
But now I'm doing something I've never done before. Traveling across America.
Why are you asking me? It's you!
Calling on families who need help the most.
I'm not that guy.
I'll be surprising these families where they least expect it. Guess who's coming to dinner? Their very own home.
Oh my goodness! No way!
Oh my God!
Join me on House Calls. Thousands and thousands of families submitted asking for guidance with all sorts of issues, from marriage to parenting to blended families. Well, we narrowed it down to 6 families to begin with, and only one person in the family knew I was coming. The rest thought they were auditioning for some reality show, so they were fully aware that there were cameras being installed in their house. They just had no idea that I was involved in any way whatsoever. Well, now we're a few weeks in, and the feedback has been really positive, with a lot of people asking for their own house call. And we are getting flooded with viewer questions wanting to know how these families have been faring since I left their town. So today, we're going to find out. Let's start with a story that had people saying, no way is this real, Dr. Phil. I thought the same thing. 19-year-old Lexi refused to speak to her father, Chuck, for, get this, 5 years, despite living under the same roof. People were saying, how is that possible? Well, who enabled this behavior? Well, her mom, Angela. Take a look.
My sister, Lexi, has completely shut my dad out. And then about 3 years ago, she cut me off entirely. I've got a daughter upstairs who doesn't want to be with her family. It literally kills me.
I'm going in.
Right on.
I'm going in.
For her not to at least come down and see
Knock,
what
knock.
it does to her. Holy cow.
Hello.
Our problem's serious enough to have you come?
Apparently so.
Wow.
My dad's yelling was extreme. The neighbors, they called the cops like a couple times.
CJ, you said when you knew your dad was coming home, you actually got sick at your stomach.
Yeah.
Wow. I never thought my kids feared me like that.
CJ, stand up. I want you to turn around and face your dad. What would you like to say to CJ?
I just can't believe I did that to you. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, bud.
Let's talk about Lexi and Chuck.
Freshman year, my dad took my phone away for a couple weeks. My mom was sneaking my phone back to me like every night.
I was letting her do the phone because she was pulling on my heartstrings.
Christine saw that I had my phone, and she immediately told my dad.
I got the phone and threw it in the pool.
That was my breaking point.
Lexi got her phone taken away to begin with because she chooses illegal underage drinking. You did what you said you were going to do. You took it, you threw it in the swimming pool.
Yep.
So you immediately said to Lexi, we're going to define this relationship based on deceit, disrespect, and deception.
Those are some strong words.
So how's that worked out for you?
I feel sick that I did this, and it's my fault that I did that. I want my family back. I want my daughter back in here with us.
Okay, guys, I'm heading upstairs.
I'm just holding my breath right now that Dr. Phil could actually get up there and perform a miracle.
What in the world? No way.
Good to meet you. May I stay and talk to you?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Why have you not spoken to your dad in 5 years?
That was the only way I could hurt him back. It's been so long, I don't know how to approach it.
All you gotta do is just walk with me.
Let's do it. This is insane. I don't know, I'm just...
Come in and have a seat.
Okay.
This is crazy. 5 years I haven't been this close to her.
It's weird staring like you in the face right now, like I haven't like looked at you in years, so I feel like I'm just avoiding that.
I have a strong belief that nobody confesses in a crowd. That's why I had to ask the family to leave. Lexi, can you move over there on that end of the couch?
I'm ready to move past this. And I feel like I can only do that if I do forgive you.
Thank you.
We got Lexi downstairs, but these two will really have to work on their communication if this is going to last. Well, well. Hey, guys.
Hi, Dr. Hey.
How you doing, bud?
Thank you so much for opening your home and letting me in and kind of leaning into the whole process. It really meant a lot.
We really appreciate it.
I think you got a lot more of that out of us from coming to our house than maybe we would have
100%.
on a stage.
Yeah. I love this format of being on the stage, but where I'm laser focused on an issue here and I have an hour to do it, but going to your home and getting to really meet you and be where you live and having, the extra time and being there more than an hour, being there for days and having the opportunity to really dig in was just very rewarding for me. I learned a lot from getting to do that, a lot that has really changed the way I do some of the things that I do here.
Yeah, rewatching the show, it's almost like I think people at home don't realize, like there was months in the process of dealing with your team and knowing that you and Robin, because I had that conversation with you,
Yeah, there's Robin.
you knew our family by name and you knew our situation and you cared enough about us to come out and actually fix something where people at home don't realize all that time that was put into it.
Yeah.
And the time that you spent at our house. I mean, they only saw, 45-minute segment, and they just don't realize all that was done, the work that was put in to get us where we are now.
I've set up a little outing for father and daughter. Welcome to Escape Room. You must cooperate and communicate. You want to win this game.
I had no idea that I was gonna be in the room with my dad alone.
This was too perfect
Oh,
for
you
this.
have no idea.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
This is so good that they have to communicate.
Leave the cabin and enter the first door on your left.
First door right there.
They're really helping each other.
This is a missing piece.
She got that.
This in here.
Congratulations.
They've won the game.
I enjoyed that. It was
Yes.
fun working together.
I'm really proud of you guys. This means everything.
This is what I needed. I can't even put it in words how I feel right now.
What has happened since I left? What's gone on since I left?
So much.
I mean, we're going out to dinners again. We're in the same room, believe it or not. We're in the same room.
Right.
And she's not storming off. And it's amazing.
We're family again.
Yeah.
Like,
and you've really leaned into this, right?
I remember you telling me you have to be put in uncomfortable situations in order to make it comfortable again. And I really engraved that in my mind and really put it towards our relationship.
Now, we came in really focused on the Lexi dad dynamic. And CJ, you were such an important spark plug in this whole thing from the beginning and being transparent about your feelings with your dad. And so, we pivoted into that, and it meant a lot. And I noticed something in the escape room. I really watched you watch your dad look at the bulletin board we had up of a lot of pictures that had been taken of things that he missed during those 5 years. And I saw a change in you while you were watching him. What was going on?
My dad with diabetes, his eyesight is not that good.
Right.
And one of his eye was already kind of hard to see out of. And I was wondering why he was just staring at those pictures for so long. And, it was the last day that we were filming and stuff. And I had to find out from my mom that it was because he was losing eyesight in his other eye. And he wanted the last thing he saw to be our family photos. It just kind of showed me I had built up these walls for so many years.
Yeah. To be there with him during that time.
Mm-hmm. And it just kind of showed me how much I really do care for you. I don't know, I think I needed that a little bit. Just to really set in stone that I love you.
It was kind of ironic. Right after the show, I woke up in the morning the next day. It had totally gone. She goes, finally got my dad back, and now he's blind. You know, technically, for a couple days I have good doctors in Utah, and they got me back going.
I'm so proud of y'all from the time we started that to where we are now. It's just inspirational to people to see what you can do if you really lean into it and put your minds and hearts to it.
What you did was nothing short of a miracle, to be honest.
Well, and you guys created it. I was just there to kind of nudge along. So God bless you for doing it.
You did a great job.
Well,
This is just a little something from my family to you.
yeah.
And obviously what you've done for us is absolutely amazing. So we just want to gift this to you.
Oh, wow, okay. This says, Dr. Phil, repairing families, forever grateful, the Murrays. So a wrench for fixing the family.
You know, I wasn't sure that we would ever get another chance to see you, you know, so.
Getting the second chance to see you and give you a little token of our appreciation, and I mean, we're blessed. Thank you.
Well, I tell you what, this will go prominently in my office straight across the way. So thank you very much. It means a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you. Get rocking it. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so what do we got, gang?
When you lose a child, you go through so many emotions. You hate everyone, you blame everyone. My son died. I'm pissed.
My relationship with Stevie wasn't as good before he died.
Before we lost Stephen,
Yeah.
I said, please, Terry, I need you to reach out to Stephen as a father.
I thought I
All
was
that
doing the
stuff.
right thing for my son.
It's just such a tragic event to lose a brother. It's tearing our family apart.
I'm mad at Terry because he didn't reach out to Stephen in the end. I'm mad at Alex because when him and Stephen got in a fight, he called the police.
The family has not really coped with Stephen's passing. After it happened, everyone kind of went off in their own direction. They split apart.
Since Stevie passed away, Dad has taken an unfair share of the blame.
Why are you saying this? Let's hear what Terry has to say about it.
I'm telling you, I'm saying what I feel.
Right.
They're going in circles. I got to go talk to these people.
All I'm saying is I feel like you need to ease up on Dad.
You don't think it was hard for me? Like, nobody can get into that depth.
This is based on my observations.
Knock, knock.
It's Dr. Phil.
Before I say another word, I have to say to you all, I'm very sorry for your loss
Thank you.
with regard to Stevie. It's been 2 years, right?
Yeah.
How'd the funeral go? Haven't had one.
Yeah.
We were not in the best of place.
He died about 2 years ago, and this family's been dying ever since. I've listened to interviews with every single one of you, and you say that you don't communicate. There's a couple of things I want y'all to do for me, if you will. You're just gonna have to take a little blind leap of faith with me here. Yeah, we all do this with me?
Yeah.
Take a chance?
All right.
Okay, everybody stand up. Brenda, when I say go, I want you to be brutally honest. I want you to say one of four things. I trust you, I don't trust you, I don't know if I trust you, or I'd rather not say.
Of course I trust you.
I trust you.
Make eye contact with Alex.
I'm sorry. Because you didn't deserve the way I treated you. You didn't deserve it. I'm sorry.
Brenda has not been able to move on. I want to focus on Brenda's inability to accept the loss of her son and push her to admit her anger and frustration. Do you know what killed him?
Heroin.
Who put the needle in his arm?
He did it.
Until you can own that, then you can't forgive him for it.
I hate that he did it.
Was there a minute he was alive that you didn't love him?
Never.
Can you let the guilt go?
Okay, yes.
Celebrate him?
You're right.
Can you
let it go? Yes, I can. There's such a load lifted, just to be completely honest.
I'm getting my baby back.
The emotional dam broke, and immediately I see the undercurrents of a lot of other issues. Are you drinking too much?
5-6 days out of the week.
If today's about being real, I will provide you with a top-level dual diagnosis inpatient treatment program to get you where you need to be. You give this some thought. I want to meet with the whole family tomorrow. I think it would really mean a lot.
Yesterday was pretty heavy, so I think we're all in a better headspace than we were 2 or 3 days ago after meeting with Dr. Phil. So I think we're all excited to be together as a family and find out what we're going to be doing today.
We had a long day yesterday, and I said it's time to leave some pain and guilt.
Yeah. Right. I see this as both an ending and a beginning. Each of us are always going to have Stevie with us in our hearts. Our family needed this to give us that push.
Ben, I extended an offer to you, asked you to give it some thought. Have you made a decision?
I think it is an offer I'd like to take you up on.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
I want everybody to think of the most wonderful, sweet, joyful memory that you can of Stevie. No misery, no pain. 1, 2, 3, let it go.
We just got to clear and check this camera. Rolling on all robos.
Jose and I, we went really fast. We were inseparable, but I found out he was cheating.
I tried my best, but at the same time, I wasn't loyal.
We resented our dad for not being there for our mom and for not being there for us. I don't know if I want a relationship with my dad.
All right, I should get in there. Knock, knock.
Oh my God!
How is everybody?
It was really shocking when Dr. Phil walked with us.
What do you think about these two? What is it they want?
They both would like to be singers.
Does their dad believe in this?
No.
Well, hello. How you doing?
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Now, these two are still upset about things that happened 15 years ago.
You were parading around town with your friends, drinking, living your life, and still doing all the things that you would be doing as a single man.
This woman needs to hear you say, I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry.
I am so sorry that I made you look like a bad guy.
I appreciate it.
Next, I'm going to work with just Jose Sr. and the boys to try to get each one to see the other's point of view. I'm going to ask you to role play their point of view. You two stand up. Go ahead.
I think you come home and you have cop syndrome.
You know what it feels like for us to know that your dad's not proud of you?
You know what it feels like? To know that your dad's not proud of you?
Feel it in here.
You know what, Dr. Phil, I think I'm done with this.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Has there been 1 second of that young man's life that you haven't been glad he was here and proud of him?
Never. I've always been proud of him.
He doesn't know how to say all of this all the time, but he's here because he's learning. I want Jose Sr. and his sons to walk in each other's shoes, starting with the boys. Their dad's job in the police force puts him in extreme danger every day.
We had just been through recently with the riots. My own police car that got vandalized.
Wow. It could have been you.
Yeah, it could have been me.
To hear my dad talk about his experiences, it was definitely really eye-opening.
Now it's time for Jose Sr. to step into the boys' world. Now, Richie here is the real deal. I'm talking Lady Gaga's signature move, okay?
Yeah.
He choreographs for her. So let's put these guys to work. Let's
do it.
It's dance time.
Yeah.
Dad.
Oh, no.
No, yes.
Okay.
All right, come on. Hip, hop, hop.
Hey, he's pretty good. Jose Sr.'s pretty good here.
Look at he got it. D-A-N-C-E. Hips, hips. Jump, jump.
That was good.
The boys are starting to see things with different eyes.
I'd just like to thank Dr. Phil for what he did for me and my boys and the whole family. Hopefully it'll help and continue to help bring us together.
Okay, well, it's good to see you guys. And I have to tell y'all, this is one good cook right here. I'm no fool. I got me a chair and I sat down and this is some good. Did I not tell you when I got home? She was one good cook. Now, look, when I came in, there were some real issues that were going on, and you say that you guys no longer put these boys in the middle. Is that true?
That is very true, sir. Yeah.
I think things are a lot better now. I think that we're working better now. So what you're saying is true. I think that we're working together more to help them the best we could.
Yeah. What's your experience?
I feel that my mom and my dad, they're able to laugh. They talk, they'll share each other's victories. I know that my parents are on the same page. We're not only defending us, but each other. I'm really grateful for the fact that we were able to have this opportunity to allow our parents to grow together to help us.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off of you. These are the grandmothers, by the way.
Yes.
This week, I'm heading to Parker, Colorado.
My mom and Mark's marriage is incredibly toxic.
If you would I'm not that guy.
Me. My dad went to work for Mark, and then my little brother Blake, so everybody works for Mark.
I've tried to help everyone in the family better their life.
Mark is an absolutely awful boss.
Mark has a lot of narcissistic tendencies.
We just came off of a record-breaking year, and a lot of that had to do with me.
All right, I've seen enough.
Every single person in here can be replaced.
I'm going to try to give these folks a wake-up call.
You know what you don't like? You don't like a woman
instigate.
who sticks up to you.
Knock, knock. Can I come in?
Oh, my goodness. Dr. Phil.
I reference you. Anytime I do something, I'm like, what would Dr. Phil think about what I just said?
I had to do a double take. I was like, is that Dr. Phil?
I'm anxious to sit down and talk with you guys.
When Dr. Phil walked through the door, I was kind of starstruck by you.
I've been studying you guys.
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
Well, let's take a look at this.
Respect and love is important to me.
I like to achieve.
What are you guys fighting about now?
Please go away. This is between me and Mom.
Are you a narcissist?
Guilty.
When my mom met Mark, Mark told her that he didn't want to raise a child that wasn't his.
She heard it exactly right. I am not their father.
If somebody tells me my kids aren't welcome, then I'm not welcome. You can kiss my ass, I'm out of here. Are you aware of the impact it's had on her?
There's no excuse. No excuse to pick him over my child.
Michelle is clearly the adult child who has been most negatively impacted by the toxic choices, behaviors, and outright abandonment by her own mother. What do you want?
I just want to be the opposite of how I was raised for my kids.
Do you feel damaged?
I just didn't feel like I was very important, and I looked for people to solidify that, and when people did care, I made sure that they stopped. And I purposely find people that I know are going to take me in a negative way.
So you poison them so they can predict that you'll be high risk in the future, so they better get away from you. They'll drop your dead ass.
Right, so that when they leave, I can at least say, well, I knew that that was gonna happen.
Well, you got quite a little scam going, don't you?
I guess so.
Meet my sister.
Look your mother in the eye. You have to search within yourself to forgive her for those decisions that she made that hurt you. Can you do that? All this hour, we've been talking about my new primetime docuseries, House Calls with Dr. Phil. So you don't want to miss tonight at 9 when I deal with a family business on the brink of disaster, all because of family dynamics. Then next Wednesday, it's a double feature with the Coolies in Atlanta at 9, followed by the Van Dykes from Castro Valley, California at 10. Let me tell you about the Van Dykes. They had been on this stage last season. What I did with them when they were here, it clearly didn't stick. 20-year-old Jacob says he and his 24-year-old brother, JT, can't grow up and become independent men because their codependent mother, Elisa, just won't let them go. Today, I'm calling on the family that was a former guest on Dr. Phil.
You don't guilt trip me.
It's not a guilt trip, it's how I feel.
This is a sick codependence that you need to sever. Even though I've already offered Jacob and his family every opportunity to change, it didn't stick, so I'm here to give them one more shot at salvation. House call style. Knock, knock. How are you?
Oh, I'm scared now.
Your mother walks around without being dressed?
I would have my bra and underwear on.
Not always.
Good. So you said, how do we set boundaries? That's one way.
Oh, that was a boundary?
Well, hello. It's good to meet you. Well, look what I found. Hey. Did you tell these boys things that made them not want to be with their dad?
Yeah.
Not in my mind, I didn't. What did I say? Your dad is what?
A liar. All I did was do my best with them.
If I went in your room, what would I find?
An ashtray, a lighter, maybe a bong.
Let's go take a look. I want to see how you're living. So what do we have here?
That's edibles.
How much would this bag full of stuff cost?
$400 and something.
You're me. Oh, changes in the wind. I will see you boys tomorrow. I've got 3 objectives. 1, get off the dope. 2, get out of your mother's house. And 3, become standalone, industrious young men in society. Lisa, I want you to tell these boys you stand by them, and this is something that you want them to do, if in fact this is something you want them to do.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, that episode airs next week on CBS after my Atlanta visit. It's a back-to-back double feature of House Calls with Dr. Phil. That's on CBS Television Network starting at 9 p.m. It's also available to stream live and on demand on the CBS app and Paramount Plus. I want to thank my guests today. For more information about today's episode, or if you would like to be in our studio audience here, log on to drphil.com.
A Dr. Phil event.
I decided to hit the road and make some good old-fashioned house calls.
I'm at the end of my rope.
I'm going in.
Unlike anything you've seen.
There was no script for what we did.
What you did was nothing short of a miracle.
New Dr. Phil. Check your local listings.